Okay, welcome to lesson number 11, and I know this one's 11 because I messed it up so bad last week. I was thinking this was, but we're on lesson 11, and this is all about solos. And we're going to be using the two patterns that we've already learned. So if you want some refresher, go back to the last two lessons and we talk about these patterns. I'm going to show you what they are here. And you should be familiar with them. And I'm going to post a picture of these to the web page, to the YouTube page. And if you notice something interesting, the only difference between these two patterns is this note right here on the C-shaped pattern. It's moved in one. Other than that, they're the exact same. The good thing is if you happen to play this note here when you're playing the C-shaped pattern, it'll be okay. And if you happen to play this note here when you're playing the G-shaped pattern, it'll be okay too. But pay attention to where your roots are, because those are important. There's a root there too. Okay, so the two chords we're going to be playing are the D chord using the C shape. And so you know the pattern is top string 2 4 2 4 3 5 2 5. That's the pattern when you're playing D. Okay, and then we're going to be playing the A chord, and the pattern is 2 4 2 4 2 5 2 5. Again, so the only difference is on the A chord, you play 2 5 on the B string. On the D chord, you play 3 5. Everything else is the same, and refer to the charts. Now, this is the C chord shape that we're playing the D in, and this is the G chord shape that we're playing the A in. If you don't understand what I'm saying when I say these words chord shapes, you got to go back and look at previous videos and previous lessons, because they're just the foundation. And if you're trying to jump in the middle, well, there's a reason you're lost. So it's there, and it's there for your taking, so take advantage of it so then you can be up to speed with it. Okay, so I'm going to just strum a D. The only difference, this is an open D, and this is the C chord shape D. So they're both the same chord. I'm going to be strumming the open chord. So with this lesson, when we're playing in D, and I'm going to strum along for a couple minutes and let you just play, you'll be playing the C chord shape, the C-shaped pattern, and paying attention to your root note on the 3rd fret B string, because that's the note when you play a C chord shape. That note on that B string names the chord. So that's a D, and we've went over this before. If you played it here, 5th fret on the B string is an E. When you make the C chord shape, you'd be playing the E chord. And same with the A chord. It's the 2nd fret G string and the 5th fret E string. Those are both A notes. And it's those two notes that when you're playing this chord shape that name that chord. Okay, so very simply, as I'm playing D, play whatever you want in the pattern, the C-shaped pattern, but and land on different notes. But if you want to be safe, when you're going to take a pause, if you land on that D note, it's going to for sure sound good. But try it out and land on other notes and see how in the pattern and see how that sounds. Land on something different on the A there and see if it sounds okay, and just start experimenting with what sounds good and start finding, your personality in these patterns. And you don't have to hit a different fret every time. You can you can have fun and hit it you know, and just play around with it. So and we're just trying to get this pattern into your head so that whenever you play a C-shaped chord, wherever it be, right underneath, you already have the pattern. You're playing the chord, oh, I already know my pattern, and so it doesn't matter if you're in E or in F, you know the pattern and you can play it. Same with the A chord using the G shape. When you take your pause, to be safe and warm and fuzzy, just pause on that second fret of the G string, and it's going to sound good. But as you're going along, just try different notes, landing on different notes. You know, and just have fun with it. Some of the things that are fun to do is if you hear something that you like, that you do something, repeat it. And then do it again. You know, and I'm just playing notes in that pattern. But it's okay to hit the same note numerous times. And it's okay to repeat something if you like it, because that kind of, it's just nice. It gives the listener something to rest in and kind of feel comfortable and just get into the groove of what you're doing. And they're like, yeah, that guy's doing it now. And as all you're doing is repeating the same thing you did a couple times. Okay, so short lesson this time. I'm just going to start strumming and we're going to play a couple minutes and I'll tell you when I'm going to change. So we're going to start in D and I'll struggle along. We'll all struggle along. I'll strum along in D, and then right before I go to A, I'll say, okay, A. So that way you know which pattern you should be playing and which root note you can land on, and just play with it. So, and this is just totally getting you used to the patterns and your roots. That's what we're doing here. Learning the patterns, learning where your roots are. Because once you get those, just like these chord shapes, once you understand the chord shapes, it's just building on that. So no matter where you play this G chord shape, like I'm playing B right now, and I know this is a B note because that's my root and that's my root, so I'm playing the G shape pattern right there, but it's in B. So look at how simple it is. Enough talking, time for us to make some music. You're going to be the lead soloist, and I'm just going to be the rhythm ukulele player, just jamming out to what you're doing, okay? G and D. 1, 2, 3, 4, D. End on D. Okay, so how was that? That was pretty good. I hope that you were trying things, just experimenting with what sounds good, what note you're landing on when you want to take a little break and let your solo breathe a little bit. What ones sounded good, what ones didn't sound good. We're going to try it again now, but this time we're going to go that, a little more choppy rhythm, a different groove. But let's do it again in D and A. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to D. Okay, so when you're playing, you should have a picture for reference. When we're playing in D, you're playing the C-shaped pattern. When you're playing in A, you're playing that A-shaped pattern, or the G-shaped pattern, my bad. Playing in A, you're playing the G-shaped pattern. Let's do another one, and this time we'll change every 2 beats. Let's do it a little faster. A, okay, D and A, D and A. Shake them out. They're starting to burn. They're on fire. Here we go. D and A. Nice little progression. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. Okay, so you should have a pretty good feeling there and understand, and you can rewind and play back the part where I'm just playing the rhythm and practice those 2 patterns. We don't need to go over it again. I'm starting to repeat myself too much. And you have the picture with the patterns. You know where your root's at when you're playing the C-shaped pattern. Your root's there on the whatever you're playing on the B string. That's your root. When you're playing the G-shaped pattern, whatever you're playing on the G string and on the E string, that's your root. Now, why do we call it C and G-shaped pattern? We'll go back. Well, when you play C up here, as far as you can up the neck, that's how you would play it. Just like that. That B note there on this first fret on the B string, that names it C. You slide everything down to 2 to D, slide everything down 2 to E. And then the same with G. When you play a G all the way as far as you can, that's the way it looks. And your root is the open G and the E string on the 3rd fret. That's G. You slide everything up 2. That's A, but we're still playing the G-shaped pattern. If you slide it up 2 more, that's B. Now, if I was playing in B, you'd use the G-shaped pattern right here. And you know where your roots are at. It's on the G string and the E string. So really trying to simplify everything for you. Go back and look at past lessons if you're concerned and you're still not getting it. I spend more time with the chord shapes. But that's good. That's a good lesson. That's a good solo thing. and we're just going to build on it. We're going to start playing 3 chords next time. I think we're going to do another solo lesson, just a bunch, 2 solo lessons together. And I'll do some micro lessons too, a couple of them, using these solo techniques during the week. Have fun though. Have fun and enjoy it. I hope that these are working out for you and moving you just beyond playing chords, turning you into a musician. You know, that's what we're trying to do here. So you can write your own tunes and play your own solos and, you know, go and bake an apple pie. I don't know. All right, have fun. We'll see you next time.